Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today's featured word is shan't. Shan't. And this is the negative version of shall. Now, you all know that shall is a word that we use instead of will in certain moments, when things are more imperative, when someone is making a big declaration about what shall happen rather than what will happen. And we also use shall in place of will in a question. Shall we go to the river? Yes, we shall. But the negative version of this is very rarely used. Shall we go to the cinema? No, we shan't. We hear shall with a question, okay? We hear it sometimes as well, as I mentioned before, when we are stating something very important. We shall go to the party. We shall win the war. Usually when there's been some opposition and we're really stating what's going to happen. But as a question, it's more common. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Or shan't. No, we shan't. I've never heard anyone saying, we shall go to the party, shan't we? That's not the way we use it. We usually use it as a direct answer. No, we shan't. No, we shan't. And it's very common. And it's not any kind of emphasis, it's just in direct response to the word shall. Shall we? No, we shan't. A little bit like will we? No, we won't. Shall we feed the animals? Yes, we shall. No, we shan't. Let's quickly look at some other negatives while we're talking about this. Shall, shan't, will, won't, could, can't. Well, it's the other way around, of course. I can't do this. I couldn't do that. As I always say, you shouldn't have to worry about trying to remember all of these things, because to be quite honest with you, we learn from hearing other people saying. That's how we get our ideas of listening. So we don't really study from books. We hear, and that gives us the power to repeat. If you think of a child, he can't read or write, so he has to hear, and then he says. That's how he remembers. I wouldn't worry too much about this. Even the best people really struggle with the pronunciation of some words. Yesterday, I was on the Wikipedia site for Antonio Banderas, you know, the Spanish actor. Now, I've no idea how I ended up there. It was one of those moments of simply browsing to discover things. And then before you know where you are, you're on the Wikipedia site of somebody. So anyway, I ended up on the Wikipedia site of Antonio Banderas. And one of the things he says in his Wikipedia site is that he's really bad with pronouncing the English word animals. He just can't say it. And in one of his movies, he even had to have the script rewritten to change the word into beasts because he couldn't say the word animals. Now, for me, I would have thought animals was one of the easiest English words. But for him, no. I'm not sure if it was his pronunciation, because he's Spanish, isn't he? So he could be saying animales, maybe. Maybe he couldn't get rid of the last E. I don't know why. But he was having that problem with the word animals. And by the way, speaking of animals, another thing that's making headline news these days is the fact that pigs are set to become man's best friends. Apparently, they're more reliable than dogs, they're more intelligent than dogs, and just as clean as dogs. So it's likely in the future pigs um, are going to be replacing dogs as man's best friend. That's not unusual. As I remember, pigs were in the past domestic animals. My grandparents had a pet pig. I mean, they lived on a little farm, but I remember their pig. I can't remember its name, but they had a little pig. What I really remember is one day that pig was ill and they were trying to take its temperature with a little plastic thermometer, and nobody knew what they were doing. And I remember my grandmother saying, I don't even know what temperature a pig should be. And my mother responded with, well, ham turns out nicely at 325 Fahrenheit, which they didn't find funny. I thought it was quite amusing. What, what should the temperature of a pig be? Well, a ham turns out nicely. It's 325 Fahrenheit after 15 minutes, you know. But that's the danger. There is a danger that if you do get a pig as a pet, that at some point you'd end up eating it. I think that was the case years ago. You'd have a pet pig, but at some point you'd end up eating that thing. But I don't think so now. Now people love pets, don't they? But I don't think pigs are very attractive. And as I recall from my grandparents and their pig, uh, I know they're very clean, but they have their own particular smell, which takes some time to get used to. Although pigs are regarded as being much cleaner than dogs are. So I suppose it's a matter of taste. I think I can say quite honestly that I shan't have a pig. I shan't. Shall I have a pig? I shan't. I also see that London Transport have opened a new art gallery. Yeah, it says here in one of our news headlines, a gallery dedicated to London Transport posters has opened in Covent Garden, and that's showcasing the best of the capital's poster art because, you know, London Transport uses many posters. I think in American English they call them billboards, you know, the bits of paper that are really huge that are placed in public places as public awareness campaigns. Yeah, this is part of London Transport Museum. It will have the Global Poster Gallery, which features art commissioned by London Transport going back more than a century. There's many of these here. There's some lovely ones from the 1920s and older. Matt Brosnan, head curator at London Transport Museum, apparently has issued a statement saying the Global Poster Gallery opening exhibition will bring together some of the finest posters in the museum's collection of graphic arts and design in a celebration of commissioning, creativity, and artistic talents. Yeah, all dedicated to London Transport, probably the Metro more than any other. I'm looking at a few of the older ones here on the BBC website. It's very nice, very nice. Of course, now in London, we have electronic billboards everywhere, so that makes a big difference. The electronic billboards. That's how we call them. So we don't refer to the electronic ones as posters. They were called posters because the verb to put them up is called posting. You know, when they're stuck up with glue on top of the walls. Um, so there we are. Yes, that sounds lovely. And of course, like all public museums in London, is completely free to enter. Well, how much longer that's going to continue, I don't know. But our museums have been free for some time now. Elizabeth Mackay, London Transport Museum's director, said, "We're incredibly proud to be opening a brand new museum gallery in the heart of the capital dedicated to the fascinating history of poster art and design, of which London's at the fore." Oh, very nice, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful. So there we are. Yes, that's some interesting information. If you're going to London in the coming weeks, remember to go to the Transport Museum to see the posters, which are there promoting London's transport, going back more than 100 years. Interesting, isn't it? And that's it from me. So I hope you've all had a wonderful day, or you're going to have a wonderful day, depending on the time you're listening to this. And I'll catch you all soon. See you. Bye.